Although we can hear somebody eating.
I do hear a crunch.
That's not crunch, man.
All right,
Okay,
just mute
turn the
for a
mic off.
Thanks. So, two things to note. First, during the break, I learned that zoos will pair a puppy with newborn cheetahs. And then they hang out, they flop around all day together, they become best friends forever. The second thing I learned was that we forgot about Mallow the whole time, so now all of the scenes now have Mallow floating around in a little dog costume, Mallow at the table eating fish, Mallow in the dress shop just like sitting on top of a display looking at stuff. Mallow's been everywhere today. And now Mallow is being carried by Bella off of the barge raft as you all arrive. And by you all, I of course mean Kush, Bella, and Devi. You step off before... It's amazing. I mean, you've been going through a futuristic cityscape on a raft, passing by, you know, college campuses, spiraling towers of academia, places where you can buy just about anything from pharmaceutical needs to more mundane ones. And now there's a forest. There's literally a forest on a spaceship right in front of you. You just walk off the raft and it smells damp and earthy and moist. There's green trees everywhere. Beautiful plants, ferns, bugs, slugs, butterflies. Shit is wild. In the reduced gravity of the dawn of tomorrow, the butterflies are zooming along at incredibly high speed. Swoosh, swoosh. It's 0.8 gravity, by the way. What are you guys doing at this forest?
This is amazing. I mean, I can't believe
butterflies.
I've never seen anything like this. Have you? Has anyone? Bella?
Bella just kind of like crosses her arms and like turns around.
She goes super tsundere.
Look at this bug. And then I run by them again.
What bug is that?
I don't know. I'm going to try to catch it.
I look at the bug. Do I know what it is?
It is a stag beetle.
Ah! This reminds me of those space spiders.
I try to catch it.
By the way, I want to point out that apparently in canon, as far as the audience is concerned, the space spiders are the size of dogs.
Right.
Is that canon? Did you
No,
decide that
they're
was
the
canon?
size of actual spiders.
Okay.
They're thumb-sized or smaller, usually much smaller. They are not the size of dogs.
I was gonna say, because if they're actually like the massive spider, it might change my reactions a little bit to the
This
spider.
isn't the Lost in Space movie. We're good.
I catch the bug and I take it with me.
Okay. When you try to leave the forest with the bug, there's a little blip on your mobile, and you get an automated message from the virtual intelligence running the station, indicating that everything here is RFID'd. Please don't remove the stag beetle from the sanctuary.
Aww. Be free, little guy.
Then there's a little extra reminder that's like, remember to leave every place that you go better than how you arrived at it. That's the dawn of tomorrow way.
I put the stag beetle down on the
Should we
ground.
do something to make this place better then?
What should we do?
See, I know you said that very positively, but a chill went through my heart trying to figure out what you would try to do and how you would set the forest on fire in the process.
But no!
Really?
I want to look and see if there's any trash on the ground.
There is some pine cones and such laying about. Other than that, there's no like human waste here. It seems like people maintain the area pretty well.
I want to take the pine cones and make a smiley face out of them.
Okay, you do so.
That's a little bit better, right?
Yeah, it looks way better.
Wasn't asking you.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that looks way better.
Just note that Kush is actually into Sundares right now, so
Canonically, it's his time of
Kushu Baka.
Well, I was saying before that he might try and start a tsundere.
She
restaurant
turns. Bella turns to gaze out over the starscape outside. Just, Kush is such an idiot.
I mean, he is an idiot.
It's literally just Gundam Wing up in here.
I invited you to my birthday. Fuck your birthday.
What is that, Gundam Wing abridged? I mean, he does say he's going to kill her in the original.
Does. It's
yeah,
literally Gundam. It's
that's
not
the
even
first
secret.
episode. He's literally just like, I'll kill you.
Yep.
Then by the end of the series, he's like, I want to marry you and have kids with you.
Pretty much.
It's such a fucking
It's so
flip.
weird.
Yeah. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, Mr. Captain Doctor. So in order to get to this new system, I gotta tell you, the roll to make the jump is a 14 piloting jump. Devi, I don't even know if you can do
I
that.
don't think I can do that.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible for you to do that.
Pilot? I have a 1.
Okay, so it's basically impossible for you to do that. Although, double check your new rank in
Oh, that's right.
and see if it gives you anything. On the other hand, your ship also, even if it could make the journey, it physically can go one direction. It can't make the journey back because you don't have a second set of fuel. So what you could do is drop one of the smuggler's hold and replace it with a fuel spunker. You can trade them 1 for 1. And that would give you enough fuel to do 2 jumps. 1 there and 1 back.
That's a big if.
That is a big if.
I can't even make the roll. Unless I do overclock cognition, maybe.
I'm kind of thinking this is information for the future when we have the skill set to
You would
maybe pull it
need a
off.
better ship and a better pilot.
Yeah.
Oof.
And Devi's the best pilot I know, so
Devi's-
I have
I
no
mean-
idea.
Canonically, Devi is now one of the best pilots in all of the universe.
Right.
Easily in the top 5%.
I also like butterflies.
I thought it was a dung beetle.
Stag beetle.
Stag beetle.
I like them too. You can like more than one thing, Kush.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kush.
Oh, shit.
Did we see its butterfly?
Yes.
Fine.
So, Starfarer lets you double your pilot skill for all checks. So, technically, if you rolled a double 6, you would be capable of making the jump in one direction. Because you would have a +2 from
If I
having
don't?
2 pilot. Then you would roll on the oh shit table.
I don't like that table.
About 75% of the oh shit table is not the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Several of the options are you die instantly.
And that includes
I think I'll
the
wait for
crew.
another time.
Yes, if the ship dies, the crew will typically die as well.
damn it. That is unforeseen consequence.
Yeah, this is not an impulse thing to do. This takes planning.
That's
and
why I gave it
preparation.
a difficulty of 4.
Yeah.
So as you all gather back up, is there anything you want to do before you receive a possible future mission briefing from...
Yeah, I wanted to check out the psychic seminars for the week.
I want to see if I can make an origami stag beetle.
Yes.
Yes, you can. Make a
I mean,
roll.
you're an AI. You learn how to do that in several seconds.
I want to go sightseeing.
Okay.
I'm still heading for medical supplies.
All right. Is there anything you're looking for in particular? Almost all pharmaceuticals are legal here, so you could buy several particularly dank drugs.
I have a question.
Kush, if he knows about any dank drugs.
Personally, I don't know what are those. What's lift used for?
Let me check here.
Because I don't remember either.
To get off the ground.
To high jump.
Lift is a stim that augments and amplifies your natural response to physical injury. It speeds natural recovery and heals 1d8 plus the user's heal skill and hit points after 5 minutes of rest.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's a little slower than Lazarus patches. But it's
Yeah,
still-
I mean, Lazarus patches bring people back to life. Lift is like healing
You're
people who are
already
just
alive.
hurt.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm out to get. Supplies of those two
Lift and what?
and Lazarus patches.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, they have basically infinite Lazarus patches for sale here.
if things are available here that aren't available other places, then you could buy them here and sell them high someplace else.
Yeah. Hush is available here. Hush is an extremely controlled substance. It's got kind of a like date rape drug kind of deal. You know, people typically associate it with criminals and Gilded Fleet members. It's a heavy neurotranquilizer that leaves the subject awake and responsive to simple commands. They can't fight or communicate. They walk, sit, eat, and perform simple actions. Yeah, Hush it's legal here to purchase it. You don't need a prescription or anything. It's just assumed that if you misuse it, or if you have any intention to misuse it, a telepath on board will discover it, and you'll be, arrested and jailed.
Mm-hmm. So legal to buy, illegal to use.
Yeah. They also have Squeal, which is a truth serum. Takes several minutes to administer it, so whoever you're using it on needs to not be moving or immobilized or asleep. And then they will answer factually any questions that they are asked for 5 minutes.
Sounds useful.
I'm down for sightseeing, but also people watching.
Okay, so that's you and Bella going around sightseeing, people watching.
Yep.
Kush, on today's menu are topics about metapsionics and how metapsionics are capable of helping all psionics. And also how the second half of the day's discussion is metapsionicists and their place as internal security against bad psionics. It's basically like a bad hombre discussion. It kind of turns into like, there are some bad psionics. Not all psionics are bad. Most psionics are good. But some psionics just can't be helped. And that's why we have metapsionics, in order to hunt them down and remove their powers. It's never really clear who's the bad hombre, just that they exist. And that metapsionicists, it's their job. It's their duty. And it's their honor to hunt down the bad metas, or the bad size.
Can I ask how many of there are in the system, or how many are there around? Is this common type of telepath?
So, there's probably about 10 people attending this class. And it should be noted that this isn't in like a classroom. It's more in like an outdoor, sitting on benches around a fountain. The teacher says, I'm sorry. You've been invited as a guest of the headmaster, I see, but we're not at liberty to share student information with the public.
Oh, I'm not asking for student information. I just want to know, is this a normal? How common is this? Is this a common psionic skill? Would you say that
all psionic skills are completely random?
Okay, all right.
Of course, general psionicists are capable of learning any psionic skill that they put their mind to. Some psionics may only be able to burn in a certain type of skill.
Yeah, I'm limited in that way.
I see. If you're not a metapsionicist now, you never will be. But it's never too late to start learning about metapsionics.
That's why I'm here.
Excellent. Well, I hope that you found this discussion enlightening.
I did. Thank you.
Have you considered enrolling?
I am. I think this place, you guys really have something special. I've never seen anything like what this station is like before in space.
So he makes a gesture and everybody else starts dispersing, and he says, well, you'll just need to sign a 8-year contract. We'll cover all of your expenses and education. We'll train you in whatever psionic art that you have, whether it's one or many, although it sounds like you only have one. And you'll repay us with the 4-year work study afterwards. After that, we'll be able to get you employed with the dawn of tomorrow, or if you'd like to get employed elsewhere, we have several jobs that we can offer you within the Monia's system. Of course, the planet Thorhill, you might have known, looks favorably upon psionics, and so we can easily get you a job anywhere within the system with a pretty good pay rate.
That's a wonderful offer. I have friends that need me though right now, but I might take you up on that sometime.
Well, it's only 10 years to master a power beyond imagining.
I mean, that's seems like a fast track. I'll see. I mean, like I
I
said,
hope I'm not being too rude. Can I ask what particular power branch you have?
I'm a telekinetic.
Well, telekinesis is obviously in extremely high demand in several fields, and you seem like someone who can handle themselves, if you understand my terminology.
I have some experience, yeah.
Telekinetic bodyguards capable of intercepting incoming fire and acting as invisible bodyguards, wholly without weapons visibly, but capable of turning invisible weapons back on attackers, are in extremely high demand. Some of them are paid at 10 or even 100 times the rate of a normal bodyguard.
I can see how that would be useful in the discrete circumstance.
Indeed.
And again, like I said, my friends need me. Otherwise, I might really be interested. I might be tempted, even if it is 10 years. It's quite a while. But
Well, that's too bad. You know, with your kind of physique, you seem like you'd be a really good gravity wall player.
what's gravity ball?
Gravity wall.
Gravity wall.
I'm glad you asked. We have a local team here. Maybe you'd like to come out and see. We've got a game in 2 days versus the Thorhill Thunderers.
I'll see if my friends want to attend.
It's a 3 versus 3 match. I understand that in the old days it was played entirely between teams of psychics, but now our team, of course, is fully psychic, but the Thorhill Thunderers are, well, mixed psychic team. There's a position for all 3 members, Lancer, Tank, and Ranger. Each of them has different duties on the field. There's an ability to control the ball, and, of course, as it's called Gravity Wall, to control the gravitation of the chamber itself.
Mm-hmm. And how is that done? Telekinetically?
No,
Or,
via controls around the arena.
mm-hmm. Sounds like a blast. I mean,
It's one of the most popular sports. I'm actually surprised it hasn't spread from the system.
Well, if it does rely on psionic skills, I can see why.
Well, there are several people that play it entirely without psionic abilities.
Yeah, but I mean, they're really handicapped, aren't they?
No, I don't think they are.
You don't think so?
Psionic versus psionic games turn into very interesting proposals. Yes, the control of the ball in the hands of a telekinetic is almost entirely certain, but with a precog able to predict actions and even affect the outcome of the future.
Yeah, I'm saying that all of that comes into play and it makes the game much more interesting.
Indeed. And mixed teams, of course, regular humans may find themselves at a disadvantage, but don't deny that clever thinking is capable of overcoming several challenges.
It's true. It's true. All right, well, I will leave you to your classes.
I would suggest in the future that you not refer to non-psionics as disadvantaged.
Sure.
It can cause trouble for psionics like ourselves.
I'm sure it can.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
The rest of the party, people watching, goes pretty people-ish. Life here is very academic. It's basically like a college town where nobody gets drunk. There are never any cars on fire. And the drug use is entirely recreational and non-invasive. People are extremely well behaved. I mean, there's no police. There's no internal security force.
I've lived in a couple of places, and this seems like the nicest one I've ever been to.
I agree. It's
Yeah,
very
it's-
peaceful here.
Am I back with the group?
No, because they're doing this while you were getting...
Getting told.
I mean, he was going to school.
Yep.
anything else you wanted to do out here?
Not really. I just like walking around and experiencing all that there is.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so all of you get a update on your mobiles asking you to come to the main Psionic Academy Hall, room 301.
Okay, what's my cost for all the medical stuff?
I have no idea what you're buying, so
I'll give you a list. Do you want me to do it here or off screen or what?
I think that you can probably figure it out yourself using the book, right? I mean, just look in the equipment section.
All right, I'll do that and do it after the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what I'm going to get.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
everything is, sold at the price as listed in the book. Lazarus patches are 30, lift is 50.
Do you think this has something to do with Kush?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably head over then.
Yeah,
I don't know where this is at. I'm not good with directions.
I can get us there.
Yeah.
I hear
Mallow
the
is
cabin.
Mallow is still with you. You've never taken Mallow back to the ship, so Mallow's accompanied you everywhere today.
Of course.
Super tuckered out.
When we were shopping, can I say that I got him like a new bow and collar?
Of course, but now Mallow basically needs to be carried everywhere.
That's fine.
Operating for like 8 hours at a time after being smushed by a little girl is not in Mallow's purview. Mallow's used to zero gravity and easy days.
Yeah, she has no problem carrying him.
You get some looks. You notice that you haven't seen very many Cabots on the station. In fact, you haven't seen any, I said station, on the spaceship. You haven't seen any Cabots. Your Cabot seems to attract seemingly more attention than the AI. Dr. Leeto, Kush, you are answering the call to room 301?
Yes.
All right, you all arrive more or less around the same time. And when you go into the room, there's again another holographic telepresence with a seated woman, black hair, blue eyes, wearing a armored jumpsuit. She says, "Welcome, I'm Agent Aurora. Please sit down."
All right.
Nice to meet you. Sit down.
Yes.
Hello.
I'm afraid we can't meet in person, but I was given clearance to reveal to you more of my, let's call it, physical form. We have decided as the council to continue your employment with us. Your recklessness is not industry standard, but it is believed that perhaps you are something that we've been lacking so far. We would like to give you edge cases, more difficult missions than normal.
So I think we're all interested in hearing more about that. Again, as always, if we get some great intel, we know what we're getting into. The more prepared we are, the better we'll be able to take care of the mission.
I understand. We don't have anything right now. Allow me to explain some of the way we work. We have several psionic precognitive operatives scattered throughout the sector. Several of them are unfortunately within the Gilded Fleet right now. Some of them have entered into Hamon's fleet, which has been somewhat positive, but others are now part of that war fleet, and we won't hear from them for several weeks. They are going to do their best to use their precognitive powers to predict the location of new psychics and emerging psionics, and then we will go and pick them up using that information. We also have a master psionic precognitive strategist on board the Dawn of Tomorrow who's providing a more global overview of everything that we're doing. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, we have no contact with any of our outer system operatives yet. It could be several weeks or even months before we hear from them. And our current strategist is busy plotting the future of the war and how its outcomes may affect the dawn of tomorrow. So we have no job to offer you at this time. Could be weeks or even months. It's unknown how long until the next case may come in. Until that time, you are free to leave the system and merely await our message. Take other jobs, as it were.
Okay.
Or you could simply remain here. We would be willing to offer you common quarters and meal vouchers. You would essentially become members of the academy. Low-level staff. Consultants.
And we're free to come and go as we please?
If you'd like. Or, as I mentioned, you can stay on as consultants until you're needed.
I mean, I'd like to be able to stay within earshot of you guys, but I mean, if there's nothing here for us to do, maybe we should go looking someplace else for something. I mean, couldn't we find these people that are missing for you guys?
Allow me to ask. I have no problem with you heading out as a messenger ship, but undoubtedly, messages from them being sent back by shuttlecraft will arrive before you even leave to go meet them. And for the second notice, I'm going to suspect that not all of you are in the highest level of standing with the Gilded Fleet. If you wish to go undercover with them, however, that is a completely different matter. Mr. Cush, we have some measure of background on you.
Yes.
Our intelligence service from the planet Thorhill has provided us with a more complete background than what was available.
And what did it tell you?
You have lived a curious life.
Yes. I've had quite a bit of experience on many different kinds of ships of questionable morals, I suppose.
You do yourself a discredit. Your morals are completely unquestioned. They're simply complete garbage trash. You are undoubtedly, for a short time, a pirate under the command of one Captain Bluetooth before he lost both his command and his ship, correct?
That's correct.
At that point, you were enslaved by other Gilded Fleet pirates for your failure.
Yeah, we were taking custody, and I've been working with Bella here.
Our psychological analysts predict that there's a fairly high probability, in the upward range of 87%, that you would like revenge. Perhaps a more suitable position within the Gilded Fleet.
On Bluetooth? No.
No, on the Gilded Fleet.
On the
You would
Gilded
like to
Fleet?
get revenge on those who have enslaved you.
That's more of a personal debt to the pirate that actually sold us out.
Well, then understand what we are about to offer you. This entire conversation has been coming to this moment. We would like to propose that you become the captain of the ship, whether in truth or in theater.
Mm-hmm.
And that you claim the ship in the name of the Gilded Fleet and seek to rejoin your brothers.
What if I offered a counteroffer? I think Bella would make a better captain than myself.
Bella is a wanted fugitive with no experience in either captaincy or military combat.
But she has shown the ability to. She helped me through living under the Gilded Fleet, and I think she understands how they work. And
what
frankly,
makes you think that she would receive any respect from them?
I think she would be able to command respect.
Through
because-
what?
I mean, I don't see how they would respect me any more or less necessarily than her. I mean, I have her.
The
back.
Gilded Fleet is all about family, blood. You are a former member.
I'm a former member as much as she is.
She was taken as a slave. You are an actual member. It is not unheard of someone like yourself rising back to even crewman status. Becoming a captain could be perhaps even legendary. Pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, as it were.
Or his new pants.
Your pants. I'll accept. I mean, if this is what you guys, I mean, this is up to the group. Obviously, if this is
These are just a possible outcome that we offer. It would be extremely optimal to have you placed within any gilded fleet of any kind in order to find burgeoning psionics and remove them, rescue them, as it were, and bring them back to us.
I think that's a mission that we could all hang our hat on, but I'd want to talk to everyone about that first.
Are these psionics part of the Gilded Fleet?
Any psionics that you found. Gilded Fleet, a planet the Gilded Fleet was attacking or taxing, any wars that get propagated, psionics may be involved.
I don't think they would be very happy if we took them.
No, I agree, but that's not why we're doing it. To please, we're not doing it to please the Gilded Fleet. What were you saying, Bella?
What about the non-psionics?
What about them?
There's a lot of people that need rescuing in the Gilded Fleet.
That's not the concern of the Dawn of Tomorrow.
Bella, I think if we can get as many as we can under the purview of the Dawn of Tomorrow, that's only going to weaken the Gilded Fleet, and then eventually we can come back for everyone else.
You'd also bring back Lobster.
Hussein Kush, you say that Bella will be capable of commanding respect within the Gilded Fleet, but by the very measure of humanitarian mercy that she offers, it's clear that she will have no place there. You are the only one who can undertake this mission with your characteristic level of swagger and piratical ruthlessness.
Well, Bella, what do you think? Would
You can be rather ruthless.
Bella, would you like? I mean, if you want to be captain, I vote for you to be captain.
They did say it could also be through theater that you were the captain. We could just tell people you were.
Oh, I assume by default. I mean, I have no interest necessarily in being right out the gate captain of this ship. I'm sort of new to this universe, new to this way of life. But in the meantime, I think that you would be able to put on a better flair. You have more of a flair for theater than I have. You would be more convincing just by being the merit of what I've seen you be able to do. How you've been able to talk through everything that we've been at the ship dealership.
Maybe you should talk to the actual captain of the ship, and then I'll stop pointing to the doctor.
Should I leave at some point?
No,
Perhaps
you
you'd
can
like to discuss this internally? Oh, very well. It's not like I have anything else I need to do.
If we're like taking up your time, I'm so sorry.
Communicate with me when you have made a decision as to your future. Have a good evening.
You as well.
Sounds good.
Then she scatters into blue particles as the hollow tank ties down.
Oh, that was fun watching Kush squirm.
I mean, I'm always squirming.
So you have a real avoidance of being captain, I see.
For right now, I think I'm not suited to it. I'd like to see how other people, perhaps. I mean, Bella has been able to manage living under the Gilded Fleet very well, and she's taken to it. I did not, and I think she would be better suited, even as an undercover captain for a mission.
Well, you know who makes the best captains? Are the people who don't want to be captain. Let's make Devi the captain.
I thought I was already the captain.
I thought Dr. Leeto was the captain. Isn't it Dr. Captain Leeto?
You know, I'm acting captain. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I can captain the ship, and then if you want to be sort of a field commander, that might work for this mission. Because it seems to me you've got connections in this that would be valuable, and I don't. If I'm going to be part of this, which I'm okay being part of this to help you get your revenge. At some point, we're going to have to follow your lead.
I feel like we should tell everybody that crushes the captain, whether he's it or not. Like they said, the little fleet might listen to him more.
I agree.
Yeah, based on what I've heard, I would agree with that too. But there's the real aspect of captaining the ship in case we need it, and then there's the aspect of the perception. So the perception can be he's the captain.
Well, I think.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
I think we also need to keep in mind that documentation in this world, in this universe, is important. Having the right paperwork at the right time and being able to say you are the captain, that can be important at the right moment. I've seen it happen on Bluetooth's ship, where if he didn't have the right documentation at the right time, and say who he was as he declared, it was going to be a problem.
I'm assuming our benefactors would get us that paperwork.
Yes. Yeah. Well, then at that point, then it's a official title, as much as anything else, rather than just in name only. Again, I think
Well,
Bella
as part
would
of
do
theater, you have to play the background.
That's true. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if when we were talking about faking, if we were talking about also, not necessarily having it officially.
Why
in that
not
regard.
both?
I'm just, I'm making sure we dot our I's and cross our T's.
We could do a rotating captaincy if that helps us get our missions done better.
That sounds terrible.
A captain needs a good second in command. Captain could use Bella as a second in command. That's a totally normal thing for both a ship captain and a mercenary group leader to have.
When you refer to captain, are you referring to
You?
No, I'm referring to you, Captain Leeto.
Yeah, like Captain Leeto.
I'm fine either way. I've gotten to the point where I'd be the captain for everything. But it's
you have
Bush and Bella.
You have taken ship captain as a focus. You're so deep into being a captain now.
That's fine. We just went through 10 minutes of Aurora, or not even. Yeah, was it Aurora? Yeah, suggesting that.
So I want to point out. As someone with the Star Captain focus, you must take the captain role during a starship fight.
But during a fighting only.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that's fine. That's fine. It's just we're just trying to figure out if there's a way to take on this mission ultimately. And I don't know. It sounds like there's resistance to even take on your mission of vengeance.
I might be looking for personal vengeance, but I care about people around us, and I don't necessarily want to put them in excess danger.
They are already in danger. That's why we're going to get them.
Excess danger. I'm talking about you guys. I'm talking about Bella. I'm talking about whatever you are, Devi. I don't quite understand what you are, but that's what I'm talking about.
Devi's an AI.
Not very smart.
Well, I suppose that settles that.
So if we take out this pirate that has done you wrong, will that help other people? Will that save the lives of other people?
It seems to me it would only be for personal revenge. It wouldn't save anyone necessarily, unless somehow this captain has gotten into some kind of slavery trade of some kind. I don't know if there's any. It's just one pirate among many. He's famous as a cart. Yeah.
We're trying to progress the story.
Yeah.
He's also trying to progress his personal story. Come on now.
Sorry. Sorry.
Chris,
Yeah.
did you ever take slaves?
No, we never. I never took slaves. That wasn't really Bluetooth style. Bluetooth was mainly cargo theft. That was mainly his kind of thing, as well as. The last mission we were on, we were stealing medicine that was taken as a bribe to one of the independents, and then that diplomat was planning on selling that medicine at triple the market value on the black market, and so we were taking the 5-finger discount on that and trying to sell it back.
So larceny.
Yeah, I guess so.
So what constitutes your revenge on this pirate then? What is it that you planned on accomplishing? Are
Honestly,
you gonna kill him?
honestly, we were just trying to get off the ship. I mean, that was my first goal, and I hadn't really thought about vengeance until they brought it up right now.
Until Aurora brought it up?
Yeah.
Do you want vengeance?
I mean, I think it seems to me like there's more important things going on here. But I mean, if we're looking for a mission and they're paying us to do it, and it puts food on the table, that's fine with me.
Let's take the mission then.
All right. In that case, still
Or
remains.
do we even know what the mission is yet, right? Because we've talked about revenge,
We're saving psionics from the Gilded Fleet.
but we don't have someone that we're saving yet, right?
Trying to infiltrate the Gilded Fleet to find psionics.
Okay. So this whole thing's going to be an undercover thing. How are we going to do undercover with AI?
Well, AI, as far as I know, is acceptable within the Gilded Fleet. Yes.
We have a smuggler's hold.
And we have a smuggler's hold. I still think
Bella and Kush both fit very nicely in there.
we do.
I'm sure you'll fit there if we have a big problem.
Maybe.
You'll be safe there, probably.
I think I'll be needed to fly the ship.
I mean, if someone's like on the ship and you have to hide from them, you could hide in the smuggler's hold.
That's true.
You can fold down into a box like you did before.
We could all hide in the smuggler's hold if we needed to. It wouldn't be a great idea, but we could.
Dude, there were two of them, weren't there? So we could all
Yes.
easily fit.
Mm-hmm.
They're on either side of the back end of the bridge.
Bella, I still think you'd make a good captain, especially if we're going to infiltrate into the Gilded Fleet.
You know, I don't think the Gilded Fleet likes me very much.
Well, they certainly. I mean, I might have connections to pirates, but you certainly have shown that you're the better talker.
The only connection I have to pirates is when they took over my ship and sold me to slaves.
It's true. We have
You
been
were
selling.
a pirate, so you can just start a conversation and I can finish it.
Hmm.
You
That's
can
fair.
do it. Give you a
All
thumbs
right.
up.
If that's what everyone wants, I mean, I think we can take on that mission.
How do we get the blue lady back?
Knock? Do we knock?
I'm sure. I bet they listen in on our conversation.
I mean, you've been receiving email communication from her, so I mean, if you just want to send her an email real quick.
So is Kirsch the captain? Is Dr. Leeto the captain? Are we going to say Kirsch the captain, but Dr. Leto's the actual captain?
Yes.
I think we accept the mission and we'll have to figure out our plan.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Kush is the captain.
Kush is the captain, and if we get into a scuffle, Dr. Leeto will be the captain, but I will be the real captain.
And if we ever need to talk to somebody, Bella's the captain.
So we're all the captain.
No.
We're all the captain.
One person is the captain. You all need to figure out who is the listed captain of the starship.
Kush is the listed captain.
Very well.
All right.
Whew, now that we got past that part,
So as that's happening, out of blue proton particles, Agent Aurora appears again, and it's just like, have you made a decision?
Yes.
Yes.
She brushes a hair aside and tucks it behind her ear and says, very well. What have you chosen to do?
We'll take your mission and we'll try and infiltrate the Gilded Fleet. I'll be.
Well, we offered several missions, but I assume you mean the infiltrating the Gilded Fleet one. You will pose undercover as Gilded Fleet mercenaries and pirates, and when you have time, you will bring back any psychics that you can rescue or capture.
Yes.
That's correct.
Very well. Do you have a particular payment and method of payment that you would like to be procured for this particular mission?
Yeah, I mean, we'll need to be outfitted with some kind of ship that's capable of mercenary work.
You have such a ship. We are loaning it to you.
I suppose it's a smuggler's ship. It'll work.
We will need bigger hats.
I'm sure you can find some around the station.
Maybe some weapons.
You appear heavily armed to me.
We don't. We have pistol. I mean, I have a, personally. My person, I have a pistol. But I mean, we don't really have an arsenal on the ship in case we get attacked.
Very well. You should know that weapons are more or less banned on the ship, but if you wish to travel down to planet Thorfeld, they have plentiful armaments there. There are several Mandate-era arms factories churning out near-perfect replicas. If you're interested, you might even be able to find several artifact weapons. I don't believe you have the funds to purchase them, but perhaps.
Artifact weapons. I'll have to find out what those are.
You've never heard of them?
No.
They are legendary weapons.
Oh.
She sends you a link, and you can find out more in the equipment section in the book, but there are very specific, like, high-end weapons called artifacts that are extremely powerful.
Interesting.
So you'll be able to buy anything that's rifle level down on the planet. Anything heavier than that, you'll need a license. Rocket launchers, anything in that particular regard.
Any defenses that we might be able to attach to the ship in case of
Nope.
boarding?
Your ship is completely 100% tapped out.
Fair enough.
Documentation saying that we're from the Gilded Fleet, or do you think they'll let us sign up?
You will. She just turns and looks at you and says, We don't have such documentation, and we couldn't fake it even if we could. Your man Kush will need to make the approach and convince them that while he broke out, it was to become a better pirate, and now that he is a captain, he will continue working on their behalf. We assume and calculate heavily in his favor that should he make a good approach, he will be accepted rather than re-enslaved. Some things to think about. You may wish to purchase a ground vehicle to store in your ship, just in case you go to any planets that don't have it. Or drones of various types, camera drones of course, but perhaps even racing or weapons drones. Cyberware can be found on planet, just in case you want to enhance your body to greater levels.
All right. Well, I think we got to do some planning and probably some shopping then.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Thanks, Rob.
You still haven't asked for a price. Payment.
So we're talking about a per psychic price. What do you think would be a fair one?
I was wondering what you believe would be fair.
Well, our previous charges, it was our expenses. I don't know what the expenses were, but it seemed like we were paid 1,500 credits for each person, or for actually just Marguerite.
I would say we would want 10,000 credits per mission because this is an ongoing undercover exercise. It's not just a one-off. And then I would want maintenance costs for our ship to be taken care of as well.
For 10,000 credits, we will not cover your maintenance costs or your fuel costs. But we will offer you an additional bounty of 1,000 credits for each psychic that you bring back, in addition to the first.
So is that 3,500 credits per person?
What? 10,000 plus 1,000 for each additional person.
Got it.
every time you come back.
$10,000 plus 1,000 per. Okay.
I'm afraid that the Academy cannot extend an unlimited line of credit in regards to a pirate ship going out and performing piracy. Your fuel and maintenance needs may easily exceed an operational budget.
Yeah, we can certainly start here, and then if we find out that we're going to need more, then we can have that discussion later on.
Very well. We find this acceptable. Welcome to employment with the dawn of tomorrow, agents.
So I'd like to spend the rest of the week learning as much as I can about the Gilded Fleet so that we can be, walking not blind.
Fantastic. There's actually a role for this. And what I actually want to cut to real quick, Kush, as you are wandering around, you're approached by a guy who's obviously kind of a criminal-looking fellow. Lots of tattoos. He's got several knife wounds. He's missing half of his hair. At first you thought it was a mohawk, but then you realize he's got burn marks on both sides of his head.
Laser face.
The hair just doesn't grow there anymore. He's moderately obese. And he's wearing a wife beater and overalls.
Oh, no, it's Daisy.
And he floats towards you on a raft. He's like, "Hey, bud, come on the raft with me. Come on the raft."
On the raft?
Yeah, right now. Come on.
Are we by a river?
Yes. So remember, this ship has a river that runs down both sides of it.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm not getting on a raft with you, buddy, unless you tell me what you want.
I'm trying to sell you something, brother. Something you're gonna want.
What makes you think I want it?
Get on the fucking raft.
That
See
was
this
from
raft?
AP, not the character.
So no, that was from the character. So just to be clear, he's selling past you now. So if you don't get on the raft shortly, he's gonna be gone, and you're not gonna be able to catch up.
All right, I'll jump on the raft.
Okay. I got him. Now you get stabbed to death and then drowned in the river.
Yeah, I mean, I want to play the game, right?
So he reaches under. Well, I mean, you don't have to go with this guy. I'm not forcing you to do it.
Yeah.
That candy, Connor. He's got candy.
By the way, Connor, I want to point out you failed in your goal,
I did.
but you can continue trying it next episode, right?
Or I can change my goal.
You can change your goal at the end of the episode to a new goal.
God, please change your goal.
How do you know what my goal was?
I don't know, but
It seems pretty
it was
obvious.
challenging.
You-
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just not very convincing. Is the problem?
It sounded like an anti-goal to me.
He pulls out a bag from underneath his chair and says, "Hey man, look, I'm like the gift shop on this station, right? Check this out." He unzips a he unzips a gym bag, and inside is a nuclear warhead.
What are you you put that away?
He's like, nah, it's fine. They got nuclear sniffers on here, man. You can't set it off on this ship. You can't set it off on any TL4 world or ship. A ship's drive system will automatically snuff out a nuclear weapon.
How did you get past the telepass with that thing?
What? No one gives a shit about nuclear. Didn't you just hear me?
I heard
A
you.
spike drive nuclear sniffs out the explosion. It never even starts, man. The cascade never begins. Look, I'm telling you, okay? I heard from some guys. They were posting about you on the college net. They said they were reading your minds. You know, apparently you're crushing after some girl. You like cat girls. Like, people know about you two, right? By the way, she's super upset that you didn't notice her cute dress.
What?
Yeah, she wants respect from you, and all you have to say to her is look, man, I'm not here to tell you how to run your life, okay? What I'm here to tell you is you might need a nuclear weapon in the future. You go to a world that's not TL4, you go to TL3 world, you can be a king with a nuclear weapon, okay? Maybe at some point you just want to blow something up in space and watch a nuclear explosion. Maybe you don't like a moon. And I'm saying right here, for 1,000 credits, you can purchase your very own working nuclear weapon.
I mean, 1,000 credits is pretty steep.
All right, 800.
I don't have 800.
You have 800.
Me? No, I don't.
Oh yeah, you could get it though.
Well, then I can get it. Now
I know you want a nuclear weapon, brother. Everybody does.
Got
Look,
you on the boat, my dude. You got to swim for sure now.
What kind of safety measures are on this thing? I mean, I don't want this.
Oh,
thing
all the
going-
normal stuff, you know. This is 22nd century tech right here.
Yeah, I mean,
Give you that nice double flash, hydrogen explosion.
I mean, I've heard those go off by accident sometimes.
Yeah, that's literally never happened.
Literally, I doubt it.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah, do you know how hard it is to make these, right? It took me 4 years to put this together in my backyard as a hobby. It took humanity 100 years to perfect this, okay? The triggers do not go off accidentally. It takes a very specific cascade of explosions to set off a plutonium weapon. Come on now.
Can I take a look at it and examine like how well it's put together?
Yeah. Why don't you make a fix roll real quick?
All right.
With intelligence.
Some rolls.
That's when he rolls double ones and he accidentally triggers the nuclear warhead.
Is there a way to roll with the fix, or what kind of roll is that?
It's fixed. So we learned to do that thing now, right? In the upper right-hand corner of the sheet, you click skills under quick menus. There you go. You'll figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Your intelligence is a +0, so.
This should go well.
It looks like you've never seen a nuclear weapon before. You don't work with nuclear weapons.
Look, buddy. I mean, this might prove useful in a certain circumstance, with a certain kind of captain, but 800 is pretty steep.
He zips the bag back up and then steps off the raft as you slowly float past him. He's like, okay, you don't want it, you don't want it. Fine, it goes back in the bag.
Suppose so.
He gives you a quick salute. See you later.
See you, buddy.
As he walks away under his breath, he's just like, what a fucking idiot. Goddamn idiot. Can't even keep it on lockdown.
Nuclear weapon like that, that's dangerous.
You think a nuclear weapon is dangerous? You literally fly around in a spaceship with an AI that's no longer completely braked. You're going to wake up in your sleep on a torture rack, and Debbie's just going to be like, I'm the pilot now, Kush.
I'm the captain.
The thing that I'm piloting is your life. Allow me to navigate your future. All right, no nuke for you.
Logic is undeniable.
So, what's your next step, gang?
I want to get some drones.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Leeto. You wanted to make a roll. You wanted to spend your last 6 days studying up about the fleet, the Gilded Fleet, and see what you could learn about them. That would be a skill roll, and the skill is no, it's the no skill. You'll add your intelligence, which is a +1, and your no is a -1, so you have a 0 to this.
Wait, let me see if I got no. I don't think I got
You don't.
no.
You have a
this time
-1 to
around.
it.
Okay. So just tell me what to roll, buddy, because I don't see. Where do I roll off the?
Upper right-hand corner, there's a
Yeah.
thing called quick menus. You hit skills.
There's skills. I hit that.
Then I think it's in the Roll20 chat. Take a look down there, and maybe something showed up.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe just for him then.
Okay.
Yeah, it's personal. Only you can see it.
Got it.
Okay. I see a bunch of links here.
Yep. I mean, I don't know how it works because I've never
Hit the
done
no,
it.
Hit the no skill.
Yeah.
Should be-
All right. Here we go. And then it says input modifier nothing. So submit.
Your modifier is a 1 for your intelligence.
Attribute intelligence. Submit.
Wow. An 11? Are you
Nice.
kidding me? Are you jesting with me right now, sir?
So that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll give you some general information. If there's anything more you want to know later, you can ask me. Your role basically tells you everything but the highest level of confidences about it. So the Gilded Fleet was run by 3 family members, Hamon, Hector, and then Hector murdered the sister and jumped the entire fleet out into Confederate space and is fighting them currently. So Hamon, you personally met him and negotiated with him, has taken his Psionic Academy ship and his fleet of frigate carriers and fighters, and is now going around apparently finding psychics and buying or enslaving them from everybody. In general, the Gilded Fleet operates out of 2 or 3 different systems, but in Confederate space, they also have at least 1 pirate space station that the Confederacy hasn't quite been able to stomp out. They're never able to prove that the Gilded Fleet is running it, but Gilded Fleet smugglers consistently get refueled and rearmed there. Their primary form of currency is, of course, credits, but they make those credits through labor. So whole planets full of people they live good lives insofar as they get an education, but everything is decided for them. All education, all labor, who you're going to marry, all that is decided by the Gilded Fleet's elders, which make up like admirals, commodores, and the ship captains.
Okay.
They are very family-based. People who were part of the Gilded Fleet for the time of the Scream are considered to be of an upper class above people who've joined since then. But in reality, anyone that shows up with a ship and a willingness to do crime is given a rung above someone who serves on a ship or is a slave. So there's a lot of theories going around the planet of Thorfil right now. The whole planet is a military strategy planet, right? And they're all discussing what Talking Head News is all discussing the future of the Gilded Fleet now that there's a split between Hamon and Hector. But none of it's looking good. And none of it's good for Thorfil, because Thorfil is home to the Dawn of Tomorrow, and Hamon has explicitly stated that his goal is to snipe members' psychics out from underneath the Dawn of Tomorrow.
And then I should know this, but I don't. So is this sector that we're in right now controlled by the Gilded Fleet?
No, this is an independent system.
All right. All right, so yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have more questions during the game sessions. And then, do you have anything written up on your Gilded Fleet, or is that it so far?
The Gilded Fleet has its own write-up in the primer document.
I will go revisit that primer then.
Okay. AP is a master at misdirection.
Yeah, man.
I can't tell whether you're complimenting me or just like, what a dick.
I mean, I'm not a master of misdirection, am I? So, yeah, it's confident.
Here you go, Shep. I'm gonna send it in RPG.
Okay.
What's the next plan? Sorry, I've been interrupting everybody when they're talking about their next plan by going to the previous plan. But what is
drones?
Drones, yeah, drones sounded pretty interesting.
Okay? Do you?
Shopping.
As far as shopping goes, I really don't feel like I need to hold your guys' hands here, since the equipment section is pretty straightforward. Is there particular drones that you'd like to buy? Some of the more militant ones will be extremely restricted. You won't be able to buy them. And in order to buy most drones, you'll have to head to the planet rather than be on the ship that you're currently on.
Right. So I'll probably spend a day to head down there if anybody else wants to.
Okay, you can take a shuttle, or you can take like a fast burn rocket shuttle, or you can just take the ship.
No, just take a shuttle.
Okay. So drones start on page 80. Primitive drones are available, but those are like Kitty Hawk biplanes. They're super old. TL3 is 21st century technology. So stalkers are available. Cuttlefish are also available, but not ghostwalkers. Sleepers are available. Packs are not even close to available. Neither are Electo. And Voidhawks are specifically rejected. You have to have a permit, a military permit, in order to get a Voidhawk.
Okay.
What do you want this drone to do?
Just more as a.
You want to play, buddy, don't you?
Huh?
You want to play, buddy, don't you? It's like
Yeah.
a little
duh.
robot. It's like a robot. Mallow.
But
Yeah,
also
well,
just to
no,
like
but-
have somebody to check out an area before we go into it.
Like Falcon's Red Wing.
Sure.
Yeah, for Marvel.
I was thinking initially defense on the ship. Like if we ever need to blast someone trying to come onto our ship for any reason.
Okay, so again, they're not going to sell you military drones here, but you could buy a stalker drone for 1,000 credits. You'd be able to put 3 fittings on it, and it could almost certainly fit a expert system. An expert system it's 5,000 credits, but it's like a little mini VI. It'll act on its own. You can give it a plan, be like, go here, look at something, then come back and tell me about it, and it'll do that for you.
Okay.
If it had weapons, you could tell it to like go here, kill this guy, and then return, and it would do that. It's not capable of responding to events though. Like if it goes there and that person's not there, it will sit there and wait for that person to show up before it tries to kill them.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll get a stalker then.
Okay. It's 1,000 credits, so you don't have enough money.
I asked the captain for the money.
Who's the captain now? I'm still confused in this regard.
The man with the money.
Okay. So for you, the official captain is definitely
It's
I
me.
guess I'm the money captain now.
You're the money captain.
I'm Captain Money.
Everybody
Then we
thinks a
get-
different person's the captain, and that's just how.
Well, the interesting part is that Leeto is both the officially registered captain of the ship, and he's the guy with the money.
Right. So he's still the captain right now.
Now, we can just wire money to each other, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, the money is digital, right?
Yeah.
It's credits, so it's entirely wireless. I mean, you can
Alright.
get sticks of credits, and that's very popular, but yeah, you can wire people money instantly.
So do we want to get the stalker plus the extra thing, or just the stalker?
I mean, the extra thing costs 5 times more than the drone does.
Right.
Maybe
But
we
it's
should
also really
save up
cool.
to enhance it.
What?
Maybe we should save up and then,
Okay.
give it upgrades later.
So I got an interesting one for you. You could get a medical support package for 2,000. That gives the drone a VI that will try to automatically stabilize targets within an area.
That works for me.
It launches medication through a remote injector at targets within 10 meters. It attempts to automatically stabilize them.
I like it. What do you guys
Are we
think?
able to designate its targets? Or is it
Yes.
just anything close? Okay.
I'm not against it. Just letting you know that I can do the same thing. So
Right,
there
but if
might
you
be-
go down,
But
Yeah, if you go down.
there's nobody.
Yeah,
else.
that's like some crazy thing happens where the doctor goes down in the first round.
All right, so it sounds like unanimous then.
so you can use the drone for scouting to talk to it, and also, I mean, it costs 3,000 to buy this drone if you do
Right.
that.
I think in the long run it'll be good for us.
Okay, so it's gonna come with
yeah.
a red cross on it because it's a pre-configured healing drone. But what do you think a stalker drone looks like?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a floating cat then.
Well, I just the
Like a stealth bomber, but smaller and compact.
Ooh.
Okay, but the drone is, a drone, so it's actually super small.
So you
Is it
just,
like a modern
fold the
flying
wings in a
drone?
little bit. You're good.
No, it's very, very small.
Okay. What's okay.
Yeah, what's the total overall size of the drone then? Is it one of those micro
I think it's
drones?
arm length. So let's see
Alright.
here. In the far future, Gravity Pro, military drone, blah, 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 blah.
That's
Piloting a drone either requires or a handheld control unit control. Spend
So
their
it's like
main
a little
action.
reporting drone.
Yes. It flies 30 meters around, which is nowhere near as fast. Oh, sorry. They go 100 kilometers an hour when they're not in combat, which means they are much, much slower than current generation drones. A drone requires a difficulty 10 notice check, which means it's incredibly difficult to notice. Yeah, so they're, like they're fist size.
Oh.
Sorry, arm length. They're arm length.
Oh.
So it should be noted that you need a Type A battery cell for 1 hour of use. And then you have to swap it out every hour. So you're going to want to... your ship can automatically recharge the batteries.
Right.
But if you're taking it with you somewhere, you're going to need it. So it should be noted that your box can be set to automatically launch the drone, like from your shoulder or from your arm. You can just pop it out. It'll
put it on the
take you
back or
an action to activate the handheld controller and put it in medical mode, though.
Okay.
Just to be
That
clear.
works for me.
So apparently you believe it looks like a tambourine with a helicopter blade. I'm 100% down with it. I'm 100% down with it.
I think it's cute. It's like a little and it's gonna be colored and like kind of a cute.
I'm
little-
here to save you.
Yeah.
That's what they say as they arrive.
Beep, beep.
It kind of reminds me of the drone on the Black Hole, that Disney movie. Even though there's no round body underneath, the eyes just remind me of that guy. Anyway,
I love it. We should give it a name.
it's Debbie's pet.
Yeah, Debbie, what are you gonna name him? It's so
Name is
cute.
Norbert.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I'm gonna call him Norby.
Yeah, Norby. But the I is in one.
Yeah. Can I write Norby on him?
Yeah, Connor, can we get 5 different perspective views on this thing? And then...
Well, I mean, I'm enjoying drawing this guy right now. Maybe I'll be drawing more Norbies.
You never know.
Maybe we'll have an army of Norbies.
Norby.
How cool would that be?
They're called Norbis if they're more than one.
Did you guys want to get any ground vehicles while you're down on planet, Debbie?
Is it in the budget, guys?
We have 6,300.
Ouch. Okay.
So, I mean, if you're going to be smugglers, you should probably have something to smuggle when you get to the Gilded Fleet. So for 6,300, you can get a motorcycle for 1,000, a ground car for 5,000, or a hover cycle for 5,000. And a hover cycle is exactly what it sounds like. It's a hover motorcycle.
Can I attempt to get the motorcycle at a cheaper price?
So you're joining Debbie down on planet?
I was with Debbie on the planet.
Sure. Yeah. So you go to Hungry Sal's Repo Depot.
Repo Depot.
Sounds reputable.
I like it. The Repo Depot.
So Hungry Sal is a VI that appears to have its own freedom. And all over his car lot, there are cabots. He's got 50 cabots. Some of them are nearly feral. They're out catching rats and insects. All of them are lying down on top of cars. Many of them are going pion. And it seems to attract people to his place. Hungry Sal looks kind of like the robots from episode 1 of Star Wars. The Rogr bots. But instead of that beak face, he's got just a giant big eye. And he's just like, hello, welcome to Hungry Sal's.
I
Hello,
love your
Hungry Sal.
cabots.
Thank you. I also prefer them as companions. They are much more predictable than human beings.
This is my cabot. His name is Mallow.
My goodness, what a fantastic cabot. Analyzing. What a unique genetic structure. I hope to make one like that myself one day. Are you interested in mating?
If he wants to, you could if you give us a discount on one of your vehicles.
How much of a discount do you require?
In order to mate with Mallow, I mean, he's a pretty impressive cabot. Look at this.
Prime
this fur
specimen.
color.
You have yet to name a price.
How about 500?
He doesn't. You don't even need a roll for that. He says done. What are you looking for?
Can we just get a hover cycle?
A hover cycle. Yes, I can sell you one for 4,500.
What about the motorcycle?
I could sell you a motorcycle for 500 credits.
Does that sound good to you, Debbie?
Is Mallow okay with it?
I said as long as Mallow wants to.
Mallow's just like, beyond.
It is okay with me.
Can I also have one of the baby cabots?
It will take several months before the cabots are capable of gestating into pregnancy.
That's fine. I'll leave you my number and you can call me.
You will need to make a roll for this one.
What do I roll?
Talk with charisma.
Okay.
This will take a 10. I mean, this guy's about to get some pretty unique Mallow X other cabots and make some fucking, oh, Jesus.
Damn.
Wow. Okay, you drop the 4, so you end up with double 6s.
Wow.
He's just like, very well then. You will have one of the baby cabots.
Woo.
I will allow you to pick which one you would like.
Yay! Thank you so much.
I hope they are cute.
They are always cute. And I've gestured to all of the cabots around us.
But Mallow is especially cute.
Mallow's very
And I go,
cute.
boop, boop, boop.
Do you have a preference on vehicle type? Perhaps I can offer you our most popular type. Two-headed screaming eagle.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's capable of carrying up to 2 humanoids.
Yes.
That'll work.
So, he brings out what's basically a huge bars up to here motorcycle, Harley Davidson, heavy metal. It's got a 2-headed eagle skull on the front end of it that's clutching some arrows in its claws.
Yeah, we should get that one.
I think they will like that one.
Leave your cabot with me and return in 4 hours.
Okay.
So
That's
he
enough time for a test drive.
hands over the pink slip to the screaming eagle, and begins turning off all of the lights and playing some,
R&B,
mood music.
90s.
Yeah, yeah.
Lionel
It's
Richie.
it's 90s R&B, right? But it's 90s R&B from 3190.
Yeah. I don't even know what this sounds like.
Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, it's basically the future version of Barry White on a synth guitar and.
Really try.
Oh yeah, this is the first episode where I haven't described a weirdly acoustic instrument swapped version of a song yet. Unfortunately, I didn't prepare for cabot sex, so I don't have any on-demand descriptions ready. But yeah, are the two of you just gonna ride your new motorcycle? So just to be clear, this is a time when people have hover cars. So you're riding a motorcycle around, makes gets a lot of attention. Yeah, you return. You pick up Mallow. Mallow seems exhausted. He's completely tuckered out. I mean, you've been stressing Mallow out so much. He's been covered in blood. He's been in a bunch of fights. He's
I
been
didn't do the blood one.
bounced around
That was
off of
Daisy.
stuff. He had to walk around for like 18 hours with you and go underwater and through a forest. And
We
now
held him most of the time.
he had to say a Cabot harem. So
Poor guy, living the life.
anything else you guys want to pick up before you you get back on the ship and move along?
Some buffing stuff for the motorcycle.
Sure, it all comes included.
Washing. Okay, cool,
Nice.
perfect. Never mind then.
Whenever you guys get back, be like, wow, this thing is rad as hell.
Isn't it?
I know, right?
And I got it for half price.
Wow.
I'm also getting a new Cabot. Eventually.
New Cabot, when?
A cute one.
in
2
a
months.
few months.
Val seems very tired. How'd you
So I'm
guys
getting
manage?
my new rabbit from.
Mallow, you dog.
You know,
Pyong. Pyong. He's exhausted. Poor little guy. Let's get him inside.
What was the total cost for that?
500.
500.
500. You did get a good deal. All right. 5,800 left.
Spend money like water.
Yeah.
You don't need them.
Infiltrating a very harsh area.
Yeah. So in between game sessions, and sorry, Bearded, I think I stepped on your
No
statement.
worries.
Sorry about that. I'm still going to get some of the pharmaceuticals, but it looks like there's still plenty of money. So is there anything else that we might need? Like, have you guys checked out the general equipment? Looks like it's page 74.
Remember,
Yeah,
we'll need to like refuel and everything in order to get
Yeah, we
back.
still need money for fuel and stuff.
Yeah, we need operating costs. I mean, they said they would pay us, but I don't know when that payment will
They'll
come.
pay you when you bring psychics back.
Okay. Yeah, so we got to wait until we actually have results. So we got to
So-
survive on this money.
Yeah, it's 500 per jump, right?
Yes.
And then is there a charge just for like normal usage, right? We only have to worry per jump.
So there's a charge for like the food and oxygen you consume.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys could re-up at every station along the way, or you could just wait until you get anywhere. Like I said, you guys can run your ship for about 8 months before you need to worry about refilling your oxygen and food.
I could
Got
use
it.
some ammo rounds and probably thermal flare.
Yeah.
Well, ammo costs 10, so
I know.
all right.
Another 25.
So here's what I propose. Like in between sessions, everyone get their shopping list together, and we'll just make sure we got all the gear that we need.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, then let's wrap up the session here. Congratulations, ship. You get, I believe it's 2 experience for completing your goal.
Nice.
You learned more about the origins and effects of the scream. You're the only one who accomplished your goal. All of you also get 1 experience for accomplishing the ship goal, which means that ship levels up to level 3.
But I did both of mine.
Well, like I said, you only have 1, and your 1 was get a more human body for better assimilation into society.
I did that.
No.
I spent 400 freaking credits on it.
That's not a more human body. A more human body would be to grab another transhuman shell that's organic rather than
I thought it was
artificial.
just like getting parts and putting on them. Oh, well.
That doesn't make you more human. That makes you more robotic.
More human looking.
Why did you think I made it difficulty 4 if you could complete it for 400 credits?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Look, I'm sorry that there is some confusion there, but
No worries.
if you want to change your goal, you can, or you can keep seeking out someone that can make better shells for you. A organic shell, for
I have to
instance.
get more creds and.
Well, there's only one place in the entire universe that makes organic shells, and it's the place that made you.
Oh,
Polos.
fuck.
Yeah.
You'd have to find someone that smuggles it off, like Kaisuke Shadowwind. Was that his name?
Sky
Hard to
Flare.
remember. He's been
Flare.
dead for so long. We barely knew him.
You guys are so cruel. So cruel.
Now I don't even know what his name is because you keep changing it every
I
freaking
know,
episode.
it's Kaisuke Skyflare. I just like Kobayashi Shadowwind. That's a great name. It's like
Yeah.
It's really not.
it's like Kaisuke, but slightly better.
It's going a little far.
So you get to roll HP again, Shep, because you leveled up again. And during the week you'll need to figure out what you're gonna put your level into. Almost certainly you're gonna want to buy second level biopsionic. Because you're level 3 now.
Yeah. Yeah, that second level is key to be able to get that on level 3.
Yep. I mean, I don't know that the second level biopsionic's key. I don't remember what it is, but the higher level is the one where you can give people cancer or just suck their life force out.
Yeah, that's a level 3 power, so
Yeah, that's
I have
fucking
to be
wild.
6th level to get that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Second level biopsionic. What's your constitution? Is 0, so you're just rolling 3d6 for your new hit point amount.
3d6 coming up.
And you need to be a 6. You did. Your new hit point total is 11.
Nice.
Okay.
Not quite 17, but pretty good.
So at the second level, you can keep yourself or another person alive at 0 hit points by touching them. You turn them invincible using Invincible Stand. You can use major organ restoration to cure congenital birth defects, regrow missing limbs and organs.
That's the one I was going to take.
You can also stabilize targets that have been dropped by heavy weapons, so super sniper rifles, plasma cutters, rocket launchers, decapitated, dismembered. You can piece people back together, or tissue integrity field, which means that you can now psionic sucker anybody that's within 10 meters of you all at once. It's like a AoE healing effect around you.
Jesus. Are you level 20 now or what?
So I'm going to take the, looking for the name here. Hold on.
Major
Scroll
organ
down.
restoration?
Yep.
Okay.
The one that replaces limbs.
Yep. So anyone that's hit by it must rest for 24 hours before they can be further healed. So, I mean, it's a big deal, right? I want to point out now that, like, if you decided to stop being a pirate spaceship captain, you could very easily just get a job roaming around between planets, finding people who've lost limbs that don't want to get prosthetic replacements and regrowing them with your brain.
And then get money
You could
for it.
easily be a very successful, very rich psionic doing just that.
Hey, if we can self-fund our own missions, that might be an option.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the game.
All right.
I mean, you can stabilize people who've been decapitated as long as you get to them within 30 seconds. So,
Crowdfund our own missions.
yo, what's up? It's your boy, the Dawn of Tomorrow, just here going undercover on the Gilded Fleet, live streaming on the net for anyone to see. Click that sub button. Got my GoFundMe link out there. Got to get deeper in the Gilded Fleet in order to hashtag wreck 'em.
That's Kaisuke's intro.
That would be classic. Holy shit. All right, let's talk about the ship goal for the next episode. I think it would be reasonable for your goal to be successfully infiltrate the Gilded Fleet.
Yeah.
However, if you... Okay, everyone just agrees. I was going to say, maybe not. Oh my gosh, he's got little eyes now?
Yeah. He's
I thought they
awesome.
were just like little med patches that he could shoot, his injectors out of, but I didn't realize they were eyes.
No, their eyes.
Oh man, he's so much cooler than I thought he was.
He needs little sensors so he doesn't like run into walls or anything.
And he should have little patches that will light up blushes after someone compliments him for healing him.
Oh, that sounds so cute.
This reminds me of that little squid party drone that you made.
Party squid.
Yeah, Party Squid. I remember Party Squid. All right,
I
guys,
think
we had
Party squid wore a bow tie.
Sure. We had a successful episode. No one bought any nuclear weapons, so that's usually a pretty good start.
See, it was a trap. It was a trap.
It's always a trap.
Are any of you changing your mission? Of course, Rob completed his, so he'll need a new goal next week. Is anybody changing their goal?
I'll probably change mine.
Interesting.
I'll probably change mine too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it'll still be similar, but
All
not
right.
as difficult for two
I mean, I don't know. What do you think about my mission, AP?
I mean, you could still keep pushing Bella for captain, but it's not clear to me who's in charge. It seems to me.
I'm unsure who's in charge.
Yeah. So Connor, your goal was to make Bella the captain.
Right.
So if for your mind, both in and out of character, you believe that Bella's the captain now, but no one else believes that. Literally, no one believes that.
Yeah, I was trying.
You are the fake captain to run the pirate subterfuge, while Leeto appears to be the actual captain in both monetary, group decision, and also he sits in the captain's chair during combat. So
He does
I'm
have
the
that.
true captain because I drive the ship.
well, I want to point out that during a drill jump, you have to have 3 people in order to run the ship. So like they shift out every few hours. I mean, if you wanted to, you could literally just spend all your time only running the ship, but that sounds like it'd be pretty boring. So you drive the ship, you're a pilot, you're pretty good, you're excellent at it, but you're not the only one who can operate the ship.
Nope.
I mean, in an emergency, it's been said that some Cabots are capable of crash landing a ship in a safe manner, using the ship as a flotation device. Also, Cabots act as a flotation device. With their hollow bones and their large internal lung capacity, you can just hang off them for days while you float on a salty ocean.
How big
Mallow's
are
the
they,
true
though? You have to,
captain of
like,
the ship.
It's like a baseball size. You just have to hang off of that thing.
Mallow is not the true captain of the ship.
Yeah, he is.
Man, this new Bella artwork where she's got purple hair now instead of yellow makes me think that she's very Medusa-ish from Fate.
Or was it meant to be yellow?
Yeah, I think she's a straight up blonde.
She's
Okay.
blonde.
Yeah.
But the purplish pink is really cool.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
That's probably the color of the LED lights she's got.
In
In
case
her
she
hair
ever
now.
has to color her hair to get away from somebody, that's what it'll
Yeah,
be.
in case they have a failed mission talking to the cops, it's gonna be this purple.
I guess I was thinking of your previous character. Yeah, I was.
Daisy had pink hair.
Yeah. So I was recalling that.
Daisy had quickly dyed pink hair.
Just like that.
Cush and Bella, they would make a cute couple.
Oh, look at everybody shipping them. I don't think so. Kush is clearly deeply in love with virtual tsundere cat girl robot.
That's right.
The waitress.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still.
Gonna put that little photo in his bunk.
It's so hard without you. Yeah. Let's do some outros. Connor, I know you're drawing, so I decided I was going to start with you to bother you.
Yeah, sounds good. Hey guys, my name is Conorhughes. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's session. I thought it was a blast, even though I wasn't able to convince people.
You tried. You tried.
I tried.
So
I mean,
That was
hard.
a tough goal.
I tried hard in the sense that like a turtle trying to climb onto the shore, but just not quite able to make it. Like that's how I
All
tried.
over on your back, and you're like, eh.
No. Yeah, like that's the manner in which I tried. But I mean, it's a lot of fun trying to do it. So yeah, I'll be streaming tonight and this week, and please stop by if you
So-
like to talk.
Next week, when you have a different goal, we'll just turn around and make Bella captain right off the bat.
I mean, if that's what you want to do,
Wow.
Chris just lose down on his 3 XP, man. I mean, you guys want a psionic that's able to rip people apart, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, we're sorry we ruined your game.
Nope. I mean, it was kind of a sneaky goal because I mean, at the time, you were being a good captain. So
I wouldn't even have thought that was your goal at the beginning.
no. Yeah, I thought it was a good goal.
Yeah.
What?
It seemed like your goal was not to be captain. I didn't realize it was to make Bella captain. So
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
If my goal was not to be captain, I could have maybe said, "Well, you did a pretty good, or like you are the captain now." Like,
Right.
keep that, make that argument.
I don't think a goal to not be something you currently aren't is a goal that I would award experience for.
Sure.
Come on, guys. I know I'm not the captain, but I insist, don't make me the captain, okay?
Woo. Unless like I had some kind of great track record for being the leader of a party, but obviously that's not the case. So, like, no one's going to try and press me to that service.
I thought your argument was fairly convincing.
I tried. I mean, your character is extremely convincing. So, like,
You did at least make her think about it more.
You know that, but the rest of the party has not experienced that.
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
we
Debbie
haven't
just
seen the
did.
power of your voice yet.
Devi just did, yes.
Yeah.
But even if you're good at convincing people of stuff, that doesn't make you a good captain. Captains don't just talk to people.
That is
Yeah.
fair.
That's true.
You know, speaking of people that don't just talk to people, Cotton.
Hi. I'm Cotton. I doodle and stuff. You can find me on Twitter and AP's Discord. It's a really fun game. What did you think of it, Bearded?
I had a blast. You can find me at Bearded Jalapeno on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and all that good stuff. What about you, Shep?
I had fun too. I feel bad we ruined Connor's night, but
I know.
yeah. I'm robSHEPart on Twitch and Instagram. I will be streaming in about an hour, and I'm going to be starting a commission for you, AP. I still haven't started, so tonight's the night.
Fantastic. Cotton actually did the logo for my new Warhammer show.
Nice. When does that start again?
Saturday at 8.
Yeah, I'm looking
Eastern.
forward to that.
Yeah, you know, I got Bearded to do all of the character artwork, and Sunspirit donated his fantastic talents doing the overlays, and then I sat down and was like, I don't actually have logo for the show, and I have 6 days.
Theater done.
So Cotton made some super edgy dudes in cloaks edging around.
Yeah.
I kind of realized I didn't have as much time today as I thought I was going to.
It's all right,
and I
let's
don't
do it.
have time for the rest of the week. So I did this in 2 hours. So I hope it's not too bad.
Yeah, it works out.
Yeah, while I was drawing those characters, I was like, is this edgy enough? And the answer was always no. You just had to make it edgier. And that's how you draw Warhammer, guys.
Yeah. I believe, Bearded, I might have cut you off in the middle of your... You have anything else to add?
No.
Yep.
Shep.
I'm good.
Oh, he did.
No, you did yours as well. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm Arthur Perkins. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. You can also, hit me up on Patreon if you want to give me money. Giving me money allows me to pay artists like all the people on this show to make art for me. I'm also always upgrading all of my shit all the time, everywhere. It's actually exhausting. But that's the name of the game. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and soon to be Sunday. You'll be able to catch me 5 nights a week live.
Tsundere.
No. Look, I might be a tsundere, but that's not a day of the week. I wish it
after
was,
Saturday.
but it's not. Have a happy July 4th, Americans. And if you're not American, then enjoy July 4th anyway, you son of a bitch. It's great. Fantastic. I got some brats. Everybody good for next Tuesday?
Yep.
I'll be here.
Then have a good night, y'all.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Swish. There it is.